Hey everyone, we are back again for another DokkanBattle video. So, with GDC approaching in like 12 hours? Is it 12 hours now? Wow, crazy. With GDC approaching, I did do a video the other day talking about the Z Hero category. So today, I think it's time we talk about Z bosses. Who better to lead it than Frieza, right? Frieza, the big Z boss. He's like the guy. I think he would be the perfect one to introduce it. So, Z bosses is basically the antagonists of DragonBallZ. So we're talking Saiyan Saga, we're talking Frieza / Namek Saga, we're talking Android / Cell Saga, and the Boo Saga as well. I think Frieza would be the perfect leader for this, because Frieza has a pretty good link set, just in general. With big bad bosses, universe most living, strongest stat space. He can, and I don't think the LR will be full power Frieza. I mean, he might transform into full power Frieza, but what I'm expecting for the Dokkan Fest is this guy. Oh, hold on. This guy. It's probably this guy. Final form Frieza. Final form Frieza into a full power Frieza. Because we don't have a transforming Frieza from final form to full power, so that's kind of what I am assuming will be the LR. And this guy right here, I also wouldn't be surprised if this guy has a domain, with him destroying the planet, and then a domain transformation into full power Frieza. Like, the domain is like destroyed Namek. That would not surprise me, like, at all. I think it's quite likely that he is probably the LR. But yeah, like this guy right here, we're looking at, yes, Thirst for Conquest, so we can link with a lot of the like movie boss characters, big bad bosses as well, I think. So yeah, I think this guy is probably going to be the LR for Z bosses, and I think the odds of this guy being the Dokkan Fest are higher than the Namek Goku. So I think you get this guy right here, and then you have him lead, like, what does he lead here? Do we have a recent Inhuman Deeds leader? Like, it's Omega, right? From last GDC? Like, he's the last one? Because, yeah, it would be Omega. So it wouldn't surprise me if we have, like... because Beerus needs planetary destruction, doesn't he? I mean, they could just double up, right? But, honestly, I think you go something like Z bosses. Maybe you go, like, Inhuman Deeds. And, like, Namek Saga. Like, triple leader skill. Inhuman Deeds. Inhuman Deeds Z boss and like Namek, maybe something like that. The extra 220 to like transformation boost and like sworn enemies or something. That I think makes sense. But yeah, this guy leading the Z bosses category. Who else? Or what type of growth could we see on a team like this? I mean, do we think someone like Bobbity and Deborah here, or like Tech Deborah, right? One of the best units of the game, Tech Dokkan Deborah, who I don't have, but do we think he would be on the Z bosses category? Like, I think Z bosses could be a little bit more expansive, because if we look at GT bosses, which, you know, we can quickly look at just as a reference point here. If we look at GT bosses, like, not everyone here is a main antagonist. Like, Oceanus Shenron is a GT bosses unit, right? Now, unfortunately, not everyone is on the, like, every villain in GT is on GT bosses. Like, Frieza and Cell are not main antagonists in GT, but they are on the GT bosses category.
But unfortunately, someone like Dr. Gero and Dr. Mew are not on GT bosses. Well, they probably should be, honestly. But what I'm hoping is if we do a Z bosses category, we would get units like Bobbity and Deborah onto the category. We could get like the androids onto another category, right? Because the androids don't have a bunch of categories. So adding another one here, I think, could be good. Do we think the Ginyu Force could be on Z bosses? I mean, if we're splitting the Namek Saga, like as the Planet Namek Saga and the Frieza Saga, I mean, then you would say the Ginyu Force are the main antagonists of the Namek Saga. They're the big bad until Frieza. So could they get on the category? Maybe, right? I think that would be good. Who else could be on some of these categories? Like, what could we expect in terms of growth? This category. Let me see. I mean, this guy, the odds of a super easy A are not out of the question for this guy. Same with this guy, by the way. This guy could super easy A at any moment. Honestly. I mean, the odds of a new cell are very, very high. I think part 2, GDC is Cell and Gohan, so odds of that very high. I also don't have them, but like the Dokkan Fest Nappa Vegeta exchange unit, they'd be a Z-Boss's character, right? Do you think that Nappa and like Raditz would get Z-Bosses? I kind of hope they would. Like Nappa and Raditz here. Z-Boss, not just Vegeta. I think that would be nice. I mean, obviously, LR Kid Buu is surely coming. This must be the moment for LR Kid Buu in part 3. LR Kid Buu. This guy could easy A, right? He got a battle motion too. So surely they were saving it for this moment. Surely. Second form Frieza, I think, could be a Dokkan Fest, just T-War at any point they want to do that. Because this version of Frieza does a lot of fighting. Actually, he does quite a bit, and I think not the Death Storm, but his active skill, Hail Frieza here. Like this could just be like we need that in good animations for sure. Could we get like a Dokkan Fest like standalone 18 when she beats Vegeta? Probably. I think a Dokkan Fest Android 18, and again I think giving the androids the Z-Bosses category would be wise. Would be a wise choice. Because again, if we're splitting the Namek Saga to the Namek Saga and the Frieza Saga, I don't see why they couldn't split the Cell Saga. I mean, they literally have it in the name, Android/Cell Saga. So we're splitting that. 18 and 17 and 18, and I guess 16, are the antagonists, the main antagonists, until Cell arrives. I mean, Buuhan could always get another card. Like, Buuhan just has endless cards, because his opponent is Vegeta. So they could just drop another Buuhan at any point. And he still has like 1 billion animations I have not used. So Buuhan for sure could be used again. Who else do we have to talk about here? I mean, I think they could drop a standalone Ginyu Goku. I mean, I actually think there's a pretty decent chance, like a non-0% chance, that Ginyu Goku is the banner unit for this upcoming Frieza. Definitely, right? So I think Ginyu could be in with a shout at some point. Mecha Frieza, I'm not sure if he'd be on Z-Bosses, but I hope they would. Because again, he is Frieza, even though he's not the boss of the saga. He is in. But I think they could drop a Mecha Frieza Dokkan Fest. For sure. I mean, I would really like a Mecha Frieza Dokkan Fest. I'm one of maybe the 5 Mecha Frieza fans out there, but still. Again, I'm hoping Deborah would be on this category, fingers crossed. Zarbon, by the way, I do think we could get a Dokkan Fest Zarbon who transforms into Monster Zarbon. I don't see why they couldn't do that, so here's hoping they do at one point or another. Who else could they do? Yeah, now we're just looking at SSRs and Rs and stuff. But yeah, like we got Deborah here. And again, like I did say with the in the Z Hero video, I don't think it's out of the question for them to drop some of the movie characters. Like, do we think if I pull him up here, he's not extreme. Like, could Intabiris get on Z bosses? Because this guy is not a super boss's character. He's a movie boss. Yeah, exactly. He's a movie boss character. And keep in mind, like Battle of Gods and Resurrection F are not DragonBallSuper movies. They're Z movies. So could we get Beerus on this category? Maybe, right? That also means that Golden Frieza right here would be on Z bosses, since he is, if they want to include the movies, right? they could toss Golden Frieza onto this category as well, which would be helpful, right? Again, the more options, the better. Because then we can have a DragonBallSuper version of this Golden Frieza and a Z version of this Golden Frieza, which is what this guy is. A guy we didn't talk about, but he would be in the filler, because he does have a filler arc. Garlic Jr. And this is a movie boss's Garlic Jr., right? No, this one is the one from the show, from Z. So yeah, this guy, Dokkan Garlic Jr., they could do it. It's the LR, right? Because this guy, yeah, this guy's the movie boss's one. Yeah, exactly. This one's from the Garlic Jr. movie, The Dead Zone. This one is from the Garlic Jr. TV special. Or, it's not even special, is it? It's just, like, anime-only saga. But, yeah, Garlic Jr., Dokkan Fest. Sometime down the line. Again, I don't think they would do the Z bosses, or the Z movie characters as Z bosses. I don't think so. But, you know, it is kind of weird, because, like, let me just grab him here, just to talk about him. Like, this Dragon Fist, Wrath of the Dragon, Dragon Fist Goku, is both movie heroes. Where is he? Movie heroes. Right here. No, he's movie heroes, but he's also Buu Saga. But we grab Harudegarn here. Harudegarn is movie bosses, but he's not in the Buu Saga. But because this Goku, Dragon Fist Goku here, because he is movie heroes and he's Buu Saga, if they introduce a Z hero category, I guarantee you this guy would be on it. Like, I'm pretty sure, I'd say I'm 85% sure this guy would be on that category. But that just really sucks, because they wouldn't add this guy to Z bosses. I think if you're going to add the movie characters, which I think they should, by the way, the Z movies, I think they should be added to Z heroes. But if they do that, then they should add all the Z bosses. I think the Z movie bosses. Like, that means Harudegarn would get like another category. Like, where is he? Maybe down here a little bit. Like, Lord Slug should be on that category. Like, we could talk about Cooler and Bojack as well. You know? The Brolys, too. The Z Brolys would all be on Z bosses if they wanted to do it that way. Again, I don't think they would. I think they'd probably just stick to the 4 sagas, and then maybe someone like Dragon Fist would sneak on there, which I think would be wrong to do, but I think they could do it. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think of a potential Z hero and Z bosses category. I think Z bosses will actually be quite a good team, by the way. I do think so. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of Final Form Frieza into Full Power Frieza, which again, I think is probably dropping, or at least will be revealed in like 12 hours from now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.